Now, Miriam has just come in another myth here today that if you suck the breast, you can prevent breast cancer. It's a myth. But now my question is, who discovered it? Who was sucking people's breasts to discover that it's a way of preventing cancer? Must have been a man who came up with this. If it is true that it prevents breast cancer, then your thought is as good as mine. You might not have breast cancer in Kenya. Before the break, we were talking about signs of breast cancer, and now we are back. And we are back with Lisa. And Lisa is a journalist who have great interest in breast cancer and has been following certain people who had breast cancer, their journey. Some of them unfortunately did not make it, but majority of them also made it. And we invited you here this Saturday because we wanted to know what was your experience when you interacted with the cancer patients.
Thank you so much, Dr. Eli. I appreciate being here. And now I'd like to start by saying that cancer has been a great problem, or it brings so much shaking in the society. When you hear it in your family, with your friends, or whenever it's mentioned, it's a lot of terror, and people are just afraid because it has been believed that most people believe that if you have cancer, you're going to die. Again, it is known that cancer will come with so much expenses, like there's so much cost, and the heartbreaking part of it is that people believe that you will spend all this, and at the end of the day, you know that this person is not going to make it. So, being a journalist and being able to cover certain stories on breast cancer, to be precise, I have learned a lot. I've engaged with the patients, with the family, and I can say that there is a lot of work to be done in terms of supporting, in terms of understanding what cancer is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what your experience, but do you see the despair? Will you say, where is the despair? Is it in the faces of the people undergoing this pain, the cancer victims themselves, or the despair is in the families, or where would you describe the despair? The despair is.
I would say in most of the cases you'll find that if it's, for example, a mother, she'll try and be strong for the family. So I've seen strong patients, I've seen strong mothers trying to act strong, but it's good in a good way, and it also has its disadvantages because maybe because of the way you're trying to be strong, people around you might not take the whole situation serious. Again, you might really act strong and people around you might translate it to you being depressed and now fighting it with that confidence and courage. Yeah.
So just tell me about cost. When it comes to cost, because all of us here, since we started sitting here, people are talking about one of the fear that people have with cancer is it comes with a burden, cost. People have to sell properties and do them. What was the common way of people raising money to meet cancer treatment costs in various hospitals?
Well, I've seen some will choose fundraising, which is actually not easy considering the economy. So everyone is struggling. So a fundraising will not do much. Others will send their properties. You find maybe it's not a very able family, and now they have to sell everything they have. That's land, that's even add up on loan together for this. And it's so unfortunate that some of them do not make it, like they don't get better.
Do you agree with me This is now for any of you who want to answer. Do you agree with me that even when people are raising funds in WhatsApp group, whenever you hear you're raising funds for a wedding, people easily come to raise funds. When you hear people raising funds for someone who's dead, they're raising funds easily because they say, after all, he's dead, just to give him a befitting send off. But when it comes to raising funds for certain diseases like cancer, not many people want to participate. They're like, after all, this person will just die. Is that what is happening, or what is your experiences out there?
I mean, when it comes to fundraising, they still do it because you see, you have to be a community, come through for this person or this family, but there's always the what if in the back of your mind because you're like, what if we just do all this and they end up not making it through or like getting better? Because again, we still talk of the possibility where they could still go. You could do all that. So there's always the what if question, and it makes people more reserved and do less than what they could have done. But yeah.
What do you think, as now all of us? Do you think maybe there's a way the government or the society or hospitals can support these cancer people financially?
We should actually offer free medications, those chemotherapy and all.
Yeah.
They should be free, seriously, because the treatment is so expensive.
Yeah.
And people are losing their properties,
Yeah.
they're going for a lot.
Let me give you a small process of treatment of cancer as a doctor. And then you people, I'll ask you a question at the end, just one question at the end of it. Okay? The very first thing that you incur, the very first cost that you incur is the diagnosis. The diagnosis of breast cancer, in which usually the physical diagnosis is the physical exam which the doctor will do. That means you'll have paid consultation. That's the first cost. I want you to count the cost. That's the first cost. Physical examination, but that means consultation. You pay for consultation. The doctor might send you for a mammogram, which might range between, anyway, depending on whether you went to government hospital or private, can range between 1,800 to 4,500 if it's in a private hospital. At a mammogram, the doctor might want to confirm it further and send you for an ultrasound. Ultrasound will cost between 2,000 to 6,500 depending on whether you're in a private hospital or a public hospital. The next thing, because for you to be told you have cancer, the doctor has to be extremely sure. Now, ultrasound, mammograms all give you signs of there's a high chance you have a cancer. They will send you for lab tests to confirm cancer markers. We call them cancer markers. These are diagnosis. And you also be sent for what we call biopsy. So biopsy is where they send a needle, okay, into the breast to take some tissue, piece of that tissue, to be taken for lab for testing. It's expensive to test it at the lab. And the biopsy itself will range anything between 15,000 to 100,000, depending on whether again it's being done in private or public hospital. If it's public hospital, you might even be forced to wait for too long because there are very few doctors doing biopsy. So if you're done in a private hospital, the cost is very high because of demand, and also depending on which private hospital you've gone to. Now the results comes back, it is cancer. Now treatment starts. Treatment might be either they do chemotherapy. Chemotherapy, if the lump was very big, they do chemotherapy to first and foremost reduce the size of the lump before surgery is done to remove the lump. Or they might decide the lump is not so big, let's just go to surgery and remove it. Or they may decide let's do surgery to remove it, and then we do chemotherapy or radiotherapy to kill those other remaining cells so that this person is cancer free. Now, chemotherapy is not easy because the process of chemotherapy is very long. First, they start with what they call planning. Planning stage, they use a CT scan, see how much it has spread, has it spread to other organs or not. That one will come into about staging, stage 1 up to stage 5. So they'll do the staging, but The process is what I'm saying is very expensive. Chemotherapy is expensive. Radiotherapy is expensive if they decide to do radiotherapy. Where radiotherapy, they send high energy rays to go and kill the cancer cells and to destroy the DNA of those cancer cells so that those cancer cells multiply slowly, that's reducing the rate of cancer spread or completely destroy their DNA. What happens with the therapy, by the way, is that it will destroy both the good cells and the bad cells, but good cells will come back, but the bad cancer cells will not be able to rebuild. That is what radiotherapy is all about. Radiotherapy in Kenya is damn expensive. If you do it in government hospitals, you will queue forever. But if you're doing it in private hospitals, it is damn expensive. Now tell me, this is why people have to go for Harambes. Because this thing at the end of the day will cost thousands, if not millions, of shillings to treat cancer. Now, my question was, after explaining to you the tragedy of what happens, now you understand the perspective of what happens in our hospitals. The diagnosis, the process of diagnosis, it has to be thorough for us to confirm it's cancer, and it is expensive. To treatment, if you decide chemotherapy, it means you're using chemicals or drugs through IV or through injection or through tablets. Those drugs, they go and destroy the cancer cells. Okay? Those drugs are not expensive. Like you see Panadol, one Panadol is 10 shillings. Cancer drugs is not 10 shillings, my friend. Those drugs are damn expensive. Okay? Now, even consultation to see an oncologist, a doctor, cancer doctor, is not 2,500 like the one for regular doctors. We're talking about 10,000 consultation fee here, or 5,000 consultation fee. So my question at the end of it is, education or health, which one should be free?
They're both important. So,
If you were to choose one,
I would say they should have strategic measures, considering the fact that you said it's expensive and it has stages. So there is a degree in which it can be that it will be so much expensive to cater for,
yeah,
and there is which that it will make it cheaper if it is noticed or diagnosed earlier.
yeah,
So I feel like the government should actually, for its benefit and the benefit of the people, make it a must for you to go for the checkups. Like it's a must. The way we were talking about DNA the other time.
yeah,
Now this is what we did as a
yeah.
must. Now at a particular age, you should be checked up, and they can confirm if you have breast cancer. Something else is that the society should be made aware and maybe should be educated on the importance of health insurance covers.
Yeah.
Because if we tell the government to cater for everything, honestly, it will be hard. You understand?
Lisa, two things to you quickly. You see, this is a good point you've raised that I want to talk about first, then I ask you a question. If you go to certain countries, for you to join, like the way we leave primary, then today you leave primary, I don't know, you go to junior primary, those things are complicated, I don't understand them. But during our time, when you are leaving primary, class 8, you're going to Form 1, you're told to come with a hockey stick. You remember those days? You don't come with a hockey stick or those requirements that you need to tell people to come with, or a ball or something. Could have sports shoe. There's something you were told to carry, right? For games. Those things used to stay in school anyway. In certain countries, when you are entering high school, if you're a lady, you come with a pap smear results for cervical cancer and a breast report for breast cancer. So it's almost like they've made it compulsory requirement for you to enter. Like today in our universities, for you to join university, you have to come with a medical report. I am a doctor, usually fill those medical reports for students who join university. And some students will tell you, the chance you pay to pesa ujaze tu. But people don't know how serious this is. And I'm having a feeling and a recommendation to our society, to our schools. Is it possible we make some of these things compulsory? We have countries where cancer is very low, like Germany. People take it serious, their health. At a certain age, people have to do screening. Now, for insurance, I'm back here. I want to ask you a question about insurance. My problem is this: in a country which people cannot even afford to pay for NHIF, SHA. It's called, you talk about NHIF, you get a SHA, you get a shift, you get a what, you in a wapi. But people cannot even afford that. Where are people going to get money for insurances?
Allow me to cut you short, and
Yes.
maybe I should rephrase my point.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is the insurance cover, it's not just for cancer, it's general. And again, people should understand, maybe the insurance companies now should make it easy. It's not like you should now be able to deposit at least 2,000 or 3,000. Make it as low as 50 shillings. 50 shillings for every day or every week, as long as you are doing something for the insurance to be there, so that when such things happen, you have some sort of help for yourself before you go out there for fundraising. And again, if we have this policy whereby it's compulsory for you to get tested before joining maybe high school, which is actually good because you are young. So if they are there, they are pretty much premature. And maybe I feel like, I'm not a doctor, but I feel like it will be easier than until when you are all grown, and now we realize now when you are very critical. Yeah.
Well, we'll come back to that, but I can tell you, as a person who knows insurances in Kenya, insurance companies, let me tell you, they like the easy things. They like collecting money, but whenever you have an issue, very few insurance companies in Kenya will actually make the payment.
Where you are attacking.
I'm telling you, before you come, I'm telling you, and that is not just these insurance companies only, even the government of Kenya. SHA, I'm telling you, they are saying SHA is working.
It's working.
I know it's working, and I agree it's working. And I agree SHA is paying for certain people, but it's still not enough. It's not doing enough, trust me. For cancer, if it was doing enough, all people be having WhatsApp groups raising funds. The fact that we have WhatsApp group, people are still raising funds, even without me going to check whether SHA is working, these insurance covers are working. Trust me, the very fact that people are still raising funds, people even have covers. People have exploited their covers, they've finished their covers, and they're still coming back to ask for money, is an evidence that even if it's working, it is not enough. What are you saying?
I wanted to say that you should understand that SHA is a new policy or a new project. You don't expect it to work instantly. I'm not trying to pick a side or say, oh, they are doing great now. What I'm saying is, you don't expect something, it will take time. Again, what you are saying about insurance companies not being able to come for you when you are in need. Maybe I feel like if you want something to work, you should take it seriously. That is the government, the insurance cover, and the society. That is the government make it a legal requirement. If you don't come to aid for this person who has paid, the law of this country states that this is what will happen to you. When we have a law, people will follow it. No, it doesn't matter if they like it or they don't, but for their own safety, they will end up following it. Just that I feel like we are not maybe taking it seriously as the society and maybe the government. Yeah.
Let's have a short break. Welcome back to Spot On TV. And before this short break that we had, we're talking about the health burden, the financial burden because of cancer. And particularly today is a special edition where we're speaking about breast cancer, and we have women, entirely ladies show. And with us, joining us is now Madam Charity, who is a teacher at a girls' school, where she's the one tasked with their health concerns, and particular changes in puberty and all that. And Madam, I know they come to you frequently, and what are some of the concerns of the young girls when they come to you?
Thank you so much for that question. So I get a lot of concern from the ladies, especially the teenage ladies. Once they undergo some problems with their changes, for example, in the breast size and such type of things. For example, if they're developing a lump in the breast, I get a lot of concern from them. And my advice is that if it's something serious, for example, having like a discharge or something like that, they have to seek medical attention. I always support so much like physical examination. If they examine themselves and they find that it's something of concern, we really have to attend to them with urgent care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think, because during our time, girls used to be, because of lack of knowledge and fear and stigma, girls used to be a little bit shy to speak. But the Gen Z today, do you think these girls are more open, are more talkative than we used to be?
Yeah, I am really proud of the generation that you're raising nowadays, because I get a lot of concern, and I'm proud of them that they come up and speak up, not only even to female teachers, but also to male teachers as well.
Okay, that's a really game changer in this, because one of the reasons why cancer spread a lot is because of stigma and fear of speaking, and people would keep quiet until it's quite late. We've seen that a lot. Now to you, Lisa. Now we were talking about prevention, and coming out early and speaking is a form of prevention. So what is your take about prevention of cancer?
As I said earlier, before the break, we spoke of screening, and I repeat that early screening is really important, so that if there are any cells, you can detect when it's early, and then you can handle them, and then you know that it won't be that expensive, or again, it won't be so much damage for the person or the individual, because again, it's not about the money all of the time, it's also about you. We love you, we want to have you forever. And so, because we love you, we want you to take care of yourself. Go for these checkups. Have a very healthy lifestyle. Make sure you watch on your diet. If you have to exercise. Not a must that you sign for a gym. I don't know what. You can just take those walks. If you need help, just make sure that you're in good health. If you feel anything, again, go for those checkups. Yeah.
Great. Stacy, before your parting shot, just give us your parting shot and prevention. What should people do?
I think currently one of the most leading causes of cancer is lifestyle.
Yeah.
The kind of lifestyle that we have chosen as a society to live. And so advise us as ladies to really watch our lifestyle. It includes nutrition and diet, it includes exercising and watching our weight. But most importantly, let's also invest in nutritional supplements, which I know they are very good when it comes to prevention of cancer. Yes.
Oh, great. So, Marianne, we are at you now. What is your take? So you also give us your parting shot, any questions, any concern as we wrap up this. Yes.
Okay, for me, I would urge people to support each other in the community and in the society. If you have a friend, if you have a neighbor who is a victim of cancer, let's support them. If you are added in those WhatsApp group, because right now, someone might say that I may not associate myself with them because definitely they need money for these procedures. So let's support each other, and let's stop stigmatization and also discrimination to those who fall victims. So I also have a question, Dr. Eli. There is this, I don't know if it's true or not, if it's a myth, if you can tell us that boob circuits are a way of prevention for breast cancer.
Okay, so we have, as maybe we're talking about prevention, we have so many myths in the medical field in general. That this, if you do this, you prevent cervical cancer. If you do this, if you drink this thing, you prevent. There's a time even people used to say if you drink jik, it will kill all the HIV in your body. So people have different myths. Now, Marianne has just come with another myth here today that if you suck the breast, you can prevent breast cancer. It's a myth. But now my question is, who discovered it? Who was sucking people's breasts to discover that it's a way of preventing cancer? Must have been a man who came up with this. If it is true that it prevents breast cancer, then your thought is as good as mine. You might not have breast cancer in Kenya.
Now, okay.
Yeah.
From that, I think I have a question.
Yes.
I think maybe the first one, if now we view it from another perspective,
Yes.
and it comes to the question, does a mother not breastfeeding the kid,
Yes.
can it lead to breast cancer?
Now, this is something else. I'll answer you that as I answer. Now, mothers need to breastfeed their children for sure. If they don't breastfeed, they will have other complications. They are likely to have other complications. Mostly things like mastalgia, which is an infection of the breast ducts because of clogged milk, etc. A mother is likely, and sometimes mothers don't breastfeed not because they don't want, because a condition came up and that now they can't breastfeed. Those kind of things. But those ones will be treated, but it doesn't lead to cancer for sure. But here we speak things the way it is. We are not hiding anything. We are mentioning things the way they are. Breast sucking is not a way of preventing cancer. If it was, I will open an office. I'll open an office and I tell you to line up, and I'll make sure none of you have cancer. The men will be so happy. So it's just a myth, just like any other. We have so many of them. It doesn't help. Let's speak things the way they are. Some people also say, for example, circumcision is a way of preventing cervical cancer. So women would go out and force their men to get circumcised. It was something that was done just to urge people from a certain region in this country to undergo circumcision. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't even change a thing. So those are myths in the medical field, and they're big myths because they have misled so many people. So as we come to the end of this, I just wanted to mention the four stages of breast cancer as we wrap it up, because people need to know. We have stage 0. This is when the breast, like I said, you have 2 types of breast cancer. Okay, mostly breast cancer starts from 2 areas, either the ductal, from the ducts, breast ducts. These are the ducts that supply the breast with milk whenever you're pregnant. So we have what we call ductal carcinoma, and we also have what we call lobular, okay, from the lobes. The breasts have what we call the lobes. So stage 0 is where the cancer cells are within the ducts or the lobes, but does not spread to the rest of the breast. Stage 2, breast cancer is now out of those ducts into the breast tissue. You might feel a lump, a small lump that is 2 centimeters and below, and sometimes it's 2 centimeters and below, and sometimes it has spread to the armpits. Remember me telling you the axillary parts of your breast, the lymph nodes there that sometimes swell. So maybe it has spread to the lymph nodes, but that is it. Stage 3, the breast cancer has now become bigger than 5 centimeters, and it comes with pain, a bit of swelling on the lymph nodes because it has maybe spread to the lymph nodes. That's stage 3. So as from stage 3, more serious medical intervention like mastectomy, that is the removal of the breast, or lumpectomy might be done, removal of that mass altogether. But chemotherapy might be needed because it has spread significantly. We need to kill that cancer cells more. So we might combine 2 or 3 ways of dealing with it. We might do maybe mastectomy, the removal of the entire breast, and chemotherapy, and even radiotherapy might all be needed to help resolve the situation, depending on severity. And then stage 4 is what we call the palliative care stage. Nothing much can be done medically. This person is almost gone because cancer has spread from the breast, has gone to the brain sometimes, or to the lungs, or it has gone to the liver, or it has gone to the bones,
wherever it has reached and it has spread. And most of the time, people think that breast cancer, the moment it moves from the breast, the next place it will go to is the lungs, because the lungs is very closer to the breast. But more often than not, it goes to the brain. Reason is a channel that is linked between, I don't want to mention some big medical terms here, but it's a channel linking the brain to the breast. So people with breast cancer stage 4 are likely to have brain tumor as well. At that stage, we only give palliative care, and at that time, you might just maybe do chemotherapy, because the ultimate goal of treatment of cancer is just not to treat to cure. Sometimes we treat to reduce the pain and make that person's life less painful, even as they wait for the ultimate thing. So with that, I thank you all for being part of this wonderful show. It was a special edition for the ladies, because it's a pink month, is an October month where we create awareness on breast cancer. And go out and spread the news that we need people to know more about breast cancer. And if you want to be part of this show, you can reach us through the numbers that are on your screen. I'm happy to have had you girls around here. Asanteni sana. Meshukuru sana. Go out and spread the news about breast cancer. Breast cancer is curable if it's discovered at early stage. You don't need to fear. Come out and speak about breast cancer. This is Spot on TV, and my name is Dr. Eli Kambi. See you next time.